ng pag-uulat ng mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng pamumunuan ng organisasyong ito. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the management of this organization. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Inclusive Report. Today is Thursday, February 10, 2022. I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and for our technical team, Sir Mark Betita. And we're broadcasting simultaneously on InkluRadyo and on the HNI Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel to be viewed on the next day. We shall commence our presentation in just a moment, and we will be back after our commercials. Now this.
pangarap para sa aking pamilya, para sa aking kapwa, at para sa bayan. Kahit mahirap, kahit masakit, mahal ko kayong lahat. Kahit anong mangyari, ikaw, ako, tayo. Ating isisigaw sa mundo. Inklusibong may tatak, angat buhay itatahak. Matapang pa rin tayo. Ang tropa, hindi nang iiwan. Ang senyas, isang instrumento. Ilang beses matumba, tayo'y huling babangon. Luman ang ating pinagaling. Tayo ay muling liliwanag. Para sa pangarap, para sa pamilya, at para sa bayan. Tayo ang ida. Tuloy ang inclusion.
Okay. Welcome back to the Inclusive Report. So, okay. So, for this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, we will discuss to you about meetings. When we say meetings, what does this mean? What is the purpose of a meeting? What is the essence of a meeting? Why are meetings important? What are the types of meetings? What is a caucus? So without further ado, here now is our topic, meetings. Okay, so let us define what a meeting is. Next slide, please. So what is a meeting, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first of all, a meeting is an occasion when people come together to discuss or decide something. A meeting is where a group of people come together to discuss the issues, to promote communication, to promote coordination, or to deal with any matters they are put on the agenda and to help get any jobs done. For any meeting to be successful, it needs the support of the group involved or the organization behind it, and it must have the intention of achieving some goal or objective. So, in other words, in layman's term, a meeting is done in order to communicate well and to plan ahead as well. Ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. What is the purpose of a meeting? Well, a meeting is called to discuss various issues of interest, Such issues vary considering the purpose of an entity or concern. The following is the general purpose to call a meeting. So, in layman's term, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of a meeting is to discuss issues of interest, to discuss all the matters related to the company or the organization, ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. So, what is the essence of a meeting? Meetings are done because this will help people feel included, trusted, and that they're important team members, to give them the opportunity to contribute to the success of organizations and companies. These are vitally important if done well. That's why in meetings, we need to make sure that we are included, to be trusted, and of course, to show that we are always working as a team. Next slide, please. So here are the questions and the answers. Why are meetings important? The reason why meetings are important, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the following. First, the meeting is held in order to notify the guiding statements and the objectives of any company or organization. The meeting is called to announce the performance or progress of any work or activity. The meeting is held for reviewing the progress of any project or program. The meeting is called to share a dialogue with the members of the organization or with the people of a society. The meeting is held to announce any innovation, development, or changes related to the product, service, or activities. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. So, what are some types of meetings? When we say private meeting is done in order to discuss confidential and restricted issues where general people have the prohibition to access. Selected people are allowed to attend the meeting. In a formal meeting, it is done when any meeting is arranged by following official formalities, rules, and regulations. It is called a formal meeting. A company meeting is done wherein it was called by a general manager of a company to discuss the issues or affairs of a company. The example of this is an annual general meeting, the statutory meeting, directors meeting, which is required to be called by the company laws. Emergency meeting is done wherein the meeting of the council was called without written notice to address circumstances of an emergency. Other types of meeting are board meetings. When we say board meeting is done by the board of directors or the board members of a company or an organization and any invited guests. It is held at definite intervals, and the purpose of this is to review the performance, to consider policy issues, to address major problems, and to perform the legal business of the board. Okay? So let us, aside from a meeting, let us define a caucus. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. So what is a caucus? A caucus is a closed meeting of a group of persons belonging to the same organization, usually to decide on the policies and or plans. In other words, caucus is a meeting of supporters or members of an organization. And the purpose of this is to organize to further a special interest or a cause. The role of caucus in any organization is to plan strategies for the benefit of the organization, to present the planned changes within the organization, to plan to discuss agendas for the next executive meetings, and to deliberate within the organization. Next slide, please. So, what caucus do for the benefit of an organization? In terms of an organizational setting, the use of critical thinking is done and to show our strategies. How? Each member will learn to have the strategy for the benefit of the organization. To determine the pros and cons statement of the members. Any member or each member can share their benefits of planned strategy. At the same time, they can oppose the idea if it's not helpful. What ifs? Thinking strategy can help in situations if the policy is implemented into the group. What will be the benefit and how it can be implemented? Laying of most critical opinions. This meeting can voice out some of the members' opinion in regarding the policies or activities. Caucus meetings are one of the safest meetings in which only heads can share their opinions without opposing members. And this is done in a peaceful and smartest way to be organized. In a caucus, in an organizational setting, ladies and gentlemen, next slide please. So it is done through the following. To lay the problems of the organization. Members of the meeting have the opportunity to present some of their problems inside the organization. Problem solving and solution. Members can share ideas to solve the problems. Laying solutions and strategic activities is done to address problems. Discussion of solution. Members can express their general opinion about the solution. And in the conclusion, as the General Secretary writes the discussion, the leaders can repeat the written discussion, and once approved by the majority, it will become the basis for the agenda of the next general meeting of the organization. So, the reason why caucuses are done is because first, the function of a caucus in terms of an organization is because, as you may know, as I said earlier, caucus is is a meeting of supporters or a member of an organization. That's why it is done in order for us to share, to plan, to present, and to deliberate the organization. Next slide, please. Okay, so a caucus is a meeting of supporters or members of a specific organization. A meeting is when two or more people come together to discuss one or more topics. It is done in a formal or business setting, but meetings can also occur in a variety of other environments. Meetings can be used as a form of group decision making. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we need to have meetings is this is for us to, to consider the purpose of an entity or a concern. That is why meetings are important. And the purpose of this is to contribute to the success, regardless if if it's done in an organization or in a company setting. So in case that there's a meeting, what are the rules of a meeting? So what are the rules in a meeting? What are the ground rules for meetings, ladies and gentlemen? So The reason why they have these rules are the following. First, strictly be on time. Show up on time and come prepared. Stay mentally and physically present. Complete attendance always. Contribute to the meeting goals. Let everyone participate. Listen with an open mind. Think before you speak. Stay on point and on time. Attack the problem, not the person. Close the sessions and follow up. And record outcomes and share. And all questions can be done during the open forum of an organization. Dress professionally, speak loud enough, be punctual, or practice punctuality. Actively participate and listen to the speaker. Cooperation is the key in a meeting. And the reason why we need to do this is to improve relationships, productivity, and communication. And this is done in order for us to be showing courtesy, respect, maturity, professionalism, and also to be at the right time. So, what are the routines in a meeting? First, to start the meeting, to start to start the meeting, first you say, this meeting is now called to order. And after that, we begin the meeting sometimes with an invocation. And then the greeting is, let's say, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our general meeting and caucus for this day. We will discuss all the agendas, and after all the agendas are discussed, then we'll be having the open forum, or that will be our question and answer portion. And then after that, at the end of the meeting, we say, the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you and have a pleasant and have a good day ahead. Our meeting is now adjourned. Okay. So, so we're done with our topic for this day. We will have our election 2022 updates or Pulso 2022, the 2022 election updates. So, the Commission on Elections on Thursday said at least 393 YouTube channels owned by the candidates for the election 2022 have been verified. The poll disclosed the data 3 days into the campaign period for the May 9, 2022 national and local elections. According to COMELEC spokesperson James Jimenez, he said, verification of accounts is a step towards ensuring the availability of trusted and credible sources of information for the public. And that is because the COMELEC steadfastly pursued its policies. According to the COMELEC, official candidates at the national and local level, as well as party list groups, have submitted their YouTube channels to COMELEC. Now they have a verified badge on their accounts. We have worked with YouTube to verify these channels, regardless of the number of subscribers, and we will continue to work in close relation and coordination as we strive to push out information that will be helpful to the voters through these reliable channels. The COMELEC said that the verification of the candidates' accounts also came in time for the start of the Campaign Safe COMELEC e-rally channel on Facebook, which grants online airtime to candidates for president, vice president, senators, and party list groups ranging from 3 to 10 minutes. In December last year, Jimenez disclosed the polls body's partnership with the YouTube in the bid to combat misinformation ahead of the elections. So here is our POSO 2022, our 2022 election updates. And the next part of our show is Sino Ka? Know your candidates in the 2022 national elections. Next slide, please. Our featured candidate is Manny Piñol. He's running for senator for the 2022 national elections. So, he is a graduate of the University of Southern Mindanao with a bachelor's degree of development communication and master's in rural and economic development. He graduated again after finishing his doctoral degree in rural development. He worked in 1976 in the mass media sector. He worked at DXCM and DXMS. He's the former mayor of Malang, Cotabato from 1995 to 1998. He's the former governor of Cotabato from 1998 to 2007, the former vice governor of Cotabato from 2007 to 2010, the former secretary of the Department of Agriculture from 2016 to 2019. He's the former chairman of the Mindanao Development Authority from August 5, 2019 to October 5, 2021. So please check Manny Piñol on your ballots. So vote wisely, ladies and gentlemen. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. So here are some of our announcements. Next slide, please. Okay, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, we have some products for sale at the Hands in Inclusion Philippines online shop. So the products that we are selling are the One Inclusion Nation t-shirts and our tote bags. For the One Inclusion Nation t-shirt is available in red, black, blue, white, and yellow. All sizes were 275 pesos. And also for the Talano Gold colored One Inclusion Nation t-shirts. Sizes are ranged between small to XL and prices are ranged between 325 to 350 pesos. For our One Inclusion Nation tote bags, it's available in the colors of white and black and prices are ranged between 150 to 200 pesos. So, how can you order there, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first of all, we'll be very strict on payments. Payment first before purchase. I repeat, payment first before purchase. We're accepting payments from GCash and we will deliver your ordered products via GoGo Express and LBC. Next slide, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Hands in Inclusion Philippines online shop is temporarily closed for areas under Alert Level 5, but it will continue to serve in areas under Alert Level 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. Its operating hours are from 12 midnight to 11:59 in the evening. If you want to check the list of orders, please visit the Hands in Inclusion Philippines Facebook page or email us at hansin.inclusion@gmail.com. Next slide, please. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we at Hands in Inclusion Philippines needs your help. We have already been struggling with our financial problems in our organization. So regardless, no matter what, it doesn't really matter if the amount is smaller or larger. It will be appreciated for you guys to donate to Hands in Inclusion Philippines as well. How? Scan and donate using GCash on this QR code that is flashed on your screen right now, and we're accepting donations from Union Bank as well. You will use this QR code for your payments in the online shop as well. Actually, to be honest, the reason why we need your help is because first, many of us are already struggling with our financial problems in our organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are you waiting for? Please, please, and please Please continue to support HNI Inclusion Philippines on our social media donation. Rather, please continue to support HNI Inclusion Philippines and for your donations to GCash and Union Bank as well. Please help HNI Inclusion Philippines for its fundraising project. We're aiming to raise funds in our organization. Let us have the time to rebuild in order for us to have a bigger, a better, and a bolder HNI Inclusion Philippines. So the proceeds from the sales from the t-shirts and for your donations will go to us here in HNI Inclusion for its formality, for the expenses, and the financial aid of the members due to the effect of this trying time. So guys, for those who did this, really glad you did. And for those who did this, thank you for your continuous generosity and for your support to our organization in advance. So before we move on to our next announcement, if you have any problems with your computer, then you have to message Sir Mark Betita on his Facebook page titled Computer Repair. Please message him so that he'll be happy to fix your problems with your computer or your desktop as well. Next slide, please. Okay, we have some remaining events coming up for the month of February at Best Buddies Philippines. On February 12th at 4 p.m., it is the Valentine's Day celebration with Best Buddies Philippines Citizens Group Chapter, and also the materials are delivered from Vico Cham as well. And the hosts of this event are okay for the Valentine's Day celebration. The hosts of this event are okay. For the hosts, it's Raymark, Teacher Raymark, and Teacher Jeline, and also Angela Batallones and Ralen Tupas. We will also have Wellness Wednesday with Coach Pepper on February 16 at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then we have rock painting at 4 p.m. on February 19 and on February 26 at 4 p.m. ice cream social. So if you want to join the events, follow Best Buddies Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Send them a message and they will send you the registration form and the link as well. So it will also be broadcast on the Best Buddies Philippines Facebook page as well. So guys, invest with these Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, make a friend, be a friend. Next slide, please. Okay, so we urge everyone to continue supporting for Project Sold Out. We'd like to thank Special Achievers, Hiraya Gallery, and other partners, including Hands in Inclusion. So you want to check this out, please check the Special Achievers Facebook page as well. Next slide, please. So guys, if you're feeling hungry, especially for your breakfast, lunch, merienda, dinner, or any occasions and parties, here are some of the menus from the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant and for the Kuya Korea Restaurant. For the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant, our all-day breakfast menu are tapa sobra, chicken tocino, homemade spam, corned beef brisket, and beef salpicao. Sizes are ranged between solo to large, and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,450 pesos. Next slide, please. For our rice trays, we have beef bulgogi, beef shawarma, beef gyudon, pork crackling bits, pork belly burnt ends, charred chicken, and boneless fried chicken. Sizes are ranged between solo to large and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,700 pesos. Next slide, please. For our sandwiches, for the fried chicken sandwiches, pulled pro sandwich, corned beef sandwich, and chicken tocino sandwich. Sizes are ranged between regular, large, solo, and box of fours, and prices are ranged between 320 pesos to 1,540 pesos. Next slide, please. For our pasta, we have mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola. Sizes are ranged between solo to large and prices are ranged between 290 pesos to 1,350 pesos. Next slide, please. Okay, so here are some of the ways on how you can order. Step 1, head over to the Sobra Comfort Food website. Step 2, select the dishes you want to order. Step 3, choose between pick up or delivery. Step 4, pay conveniently through any of the safe integrated payment methods and your order is confirmed. Expect updates via text or email. Next slide, please. So, if you want to crave for something Korean, then you may want to order some of the foods from the Kuya Korea restaurant. So the menus are for the rice bowls, beef bibimbap, beef bulgogi, pork samgyup, and K-pop chicken. Prices are ranged between 195 to 220 pesos. For the chicken, for the boneless popcorn chicken, sizes are ranged between half to whole, and prices are ranged between 235 to 435 pesos. For the flavors of gochu, ganjang, chicken, and K-buffalo. If you want to order there, please check the Kuya Korea website for your orders as well. Next slide, please. Lastly, follow Hansen Inclusion Philippines on our social media pages and its digital platforms as well. It will be appreciated for you guys to do this as early as now. Follow us on Facebook, Hansen Inclusion PH, InkluRadyo, InkluSports, InkluNihan, and the online shop. Instagram, Hansen Inclusion PH, Kumu, HNI Philippines, and subscribe to the Hansen Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much as well. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. So now's the time for our greetings. First to Jom Ignacio, good evening to you and thank you for watching. To our birthday celebrants, we'd like to greet happy birthday to Mr. Jason of Tropang PWD and Isabella Madero of Benilde. Happy birthday to the two of you and expect the more birthdays to come. To Lady Jane Florese, shout out as well. And also shout outs to my family, to Hansen Inclusion Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, Best Buddies Benilde, and other PWD organizations. Thank you very much as well. To my high school and college friends, good evening as well. Shout out as well to them. And to those who are watching, it may be a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are in a good mood, but if not, you may use this time to improve on your mental health and your well-being as well. To those who are watching us on InkluRadyo, thank you very much as well. And if you missed this episode, it will be premiered on the next day on the Hansen Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. Next slide, please. So before we end our show for this day, I would like to share with you our quote for the day from Chris Fussell. As a leader, you must consistently drive effective communication. Meetings must be deliberate and intentional. Your organizational rhythm should value purpose over habit and effectiveness over efficiency. So that is why meetings are important because we need to have this in order for us to be organized and to show systematic management in a company or in an organizational setting. Next slide, please, Sir Mark. Okay, that's a wrap for our episode of the Inclusive Report for Thursday, February 10, 2022. I'll be back again this coming over the weekend for the One Inclusion Live weekend. Magpayo tayo ka-inclusion and our special report. On behalf of InkluRadyo and HNI Inclusion Philippines, I am your host, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi. Together with me is Sir Mark Betita. May awang Diyos, makakaraos pa tayo. Sama-sama tayong lalaban para sa pangarap, pamilya at bayan hanggang sa ating tatak para sa One Inclusion Nation. Good evening to all, and may the Almighty God bless us all. Muli, magandang gabi at pagpalain nawa tayo ng Diyos ng poong may kapal. Pilipinas, God first. HNI, God first. Thank you very much for watching and have a blessed evening to all, and bye for now. Bye-bye. Thank you.